And I said, I'll do the closing ceremony, but I want to come for all 4 days. So for 4 days, I met the #1 doctors in the world in regenerative medicine. I met people that were sent home to die, every kind of this cancer disease you could imagine, who were completely turned around. I was like, how come people don't know about this? And I found out that on average, from the time there's a breakthrough to the time your clinician knows about it and actually starts to use it is on average 18 years. 18 years. So I said, I'm going to write a book about this. So that's why I got excited about it. So stem cells, exosomes, but also there's things right now that you can protect yourself with. So many people develop cancers. And so many people develop aneurysms today. Even young people, it's happening greater than ever post-COVID, as I'm sure you know. We have these turbo cancers. Yeah. Well, I built a company that does monitors. We have 5 different locations in the US, and other people do it too. But you can go in today, and if we monitor your body, we do an MRI of your body, and we do there's a thing called a GRAIL test. A GRAIL test will show us 50 different cancers that we test for. The reason people die of cancer is if you catch it at stage 4, which is where a lot of these are found because we don't have tests for them, right? If you get it at stage 4, your chance of dying, the Cancer Society talks about is 80%. I prefer 20% chance of living, but their point is well made. If you get at stage 1, it's like 99.9% chance of living, right? So 14% of the people that come for scans just to see their fitness and their health discover they have a major issue. I have a partner, we're building a group called The Estates, where people can go and have these luxury experiences and have this kind of medical treatment and support for stem cells and so forth all over the world. Sam Nazarian, he built SLS hotels in Mondrian and people like that. And when I first met him, we had this vision. I said, why don't you come through and do our testing? And he did, and he had 2 aneurysms. One was so bad that his doctor saw it and took him to the hospital immediately and said, you wouldn't make it to the hospital if this happened. So you got to know what's going on. And so we have some tests now, another one's called the CCTA test. It's a CT test that goes through your whole body and uses, AI, and it can literally see and tell you, digitally show you every single vein, every artery in your body, how much plaque there is, whether it's actually going to be blocked or not, at a level of precision that's never been done by humans in history. And so what's really cool about it is it'll tell whether it's loose material, which can break off and create a heart attack or aneurysm, or whether it's calcified. If it's calcified, it's healthy. We had a guy with 1,000 calcium score. If you don't know what that means, it means most people think this guy's going to die. Couldn't get life insurance. The life insurance company changed their view because of the CTA test, because they found out it was all calcified. The guy's totally healthy. I took my he was 81 years old father-in-law. He was a guy that, had a lumber business, really physical guy. But as you get in your 70s and 80s, people saying, well, you're getting older. And I could just see him, his mindset starting to change. And they told me about the CCTA test. And I said, Dad, I'm going to go to this test. I'm sure we've got some stuff in us. But I said, then they'll show you what to do to clear it out. There's some real breakthroughs. But why don't we go do this together? So we go do this. My father-in-law is perfect. His veins are absolutely perfect. He has nothing to worry about. He's been worried all this time. 0 worries whatsoever, because what he does have is calcified. So he comes out there and they have this hip problem, and there's this technique that they can do that opens up whatever muscles have been tight in a matter of seconds. It's called, it uses water and hydration and so forth to open up the factors. So they did that. So now he's walking perfectly. His cells are perfect. We get on the plane to come home, and I'll never forget, he sits across from me, he goes, Tony, he goes, I don't know about those people talking about live to be 120, but my hip's perfect, my heart's perfect, my veins are perfect. I think I could live to the late 90s, and his entire perspective changes. So we need to test where you are, and then you need to see some of the tools that are becoming available that can help you regenerate that most of the greatest athletes in the world are taking advantage of.
Do you want to live to 120?
No, I don't know where it's come from, but I have a daughter, as I told you, and I figure 92 for some reason is stuck in my head as a time where I know I can get there. I believe I can get there easily. In fact, I just looked up based on all, an AI test, what I'm supposed to live to. And based on where I am right now at 65, they say 93. So if I can live longer than that, great.